Greetings everyone, Soulsman Dancing on Day, back at it again with another reaction. We saw Dante ruins every anime, now let's check if Vergil ruins every anime. Given how they're brothers, that might be the case. So let's see how the power scaling works.
Dante!
You're late. Just finishing up.
Is that really Goku?
I'm afraid so.
It's not him.
Huh? Goku! Wait, it's not him.
Last video, we tried to figure out just how many animes Dante from Devil May Cry, never you, just how many
Never you.
animes Dante from Devil May Cry would ruin if he jumped into their universes. Turns out, it's a lot of them. And while we confirmed whether it's romance, mystery genre, a political drama, or just straight up battle shonen, most anime cannot handle Dante's overwhelming charisma. However, there were a lot of animes that either didn't make
I thought it was the power.
the cut, or there were a bunch that you guys suggested down in the comments. Instead of making a whole nother video glazing up Dante, don't tempt me, another really good way to tackle this concept would be allowing the older son of Sparta to step in and prove Devil May Cry's case. If watching Dante effortlessly solve 99% of anime's problems didn't prove my point, maybe this time we just need to use a little more power.
Might controls everything.
The firstborn son of Sparta, and the motherfucking storm that is approaching. After the loss of his mother and twin brother at an early age, in contrast to Dante, Vergil rejects his humanity and instead embraces their demonic heritage. When left to die and surrounded by demons, the only thing that came to Vergil's aid were his own demonic abilities. This trauma, as well as the belief his family had abandoned him, would lead Vergil to believe might is the only answer to any and all obstacles. Because of this mindset, Vergil only thinks of himself, willing to selfishly chase power even if he forsakes the entire universe to achieve it, something he has already done twice. Once by raising the Tema Negru, a naturally occurring gateway between the human and demon realms that was locked away by Sparta millennia ago, and twice by conquering the demon realm as its new king and attempting to merge the two realms with the Clypoth tree. Unlike Dante, who enjoys going around solving mysteries and saving the world, Vergil's journeys into the anime world will most likely involve stealing their most powerful artifacts or conquering their strongest enemies to become more indomitable. Anime like Death Note, Judgment Cut. Attack on Titan, Judgment Cut. No, not Bocchi the Rock. It's so wholesome.
He don't give up.
Vergil would probably be a worse anime villain than some of the universes Dante just previously cleaned up in the last video. And because in every iteration throughout Devil May Cry, Vergil is almost always stronger than, if not at the very least equal to, Dante in every possible measure, if those series could not handle Dante, they certainly won't be handling Vergil. Vergil had the power to defeat Mundus far before Dante did. He only lost to the Prince of Darkness due to his injuries after Devil May Cry 3. And after devouring the fruit of the Clypoth, Vergil has far surpassed any previous demon lord like Argosax or even Pluto. However, where Dante and his brother differ is their character. Vergil is not only much more serious, but significantly more merciless in combat. With his signature demon sword, the Yamato, Vergil is able to cut through any obstacle in his path, regardless of durability. This is because the Yamato's blade cleaves through and distorts space itself, allowing Vergil to launch slashes through the air as if they were projectiles, or even cut through existence itself. And when I say cut through existence, specifically, Yamato can cut through reality itself to open portals to other dimensions, or the legendary demon sword can carve through a being's essence entirely, having the power to split aspects of oneself apart. Judgment Cut is the Yamato's special technique that allows Vergil to create a distortion in space and time, whether by picking out one specific location or charging up energy and casting a large net over a wide range. When releasing Yamato from its sheath, the target space collapses in on itself with a torrent of slashes that tear apart everything within. So not only
No wonder this guy's compared to people like what was it, the Susanoo unit in Blaze Blue. Whew. Yeah, no wonder it's compared to that, or even the oh shoot, yeah, was it Susanoo? Yeah, I think it was Susanoo. Yeah, but yeah, no wonder he's compared to Susanoo and also Final Fantasy. Oh, what was his name? Sephiroth. That was it. No wonder they're compared to each other. I mean, with this kind of power.
only does this mean Vergil has his own world-cutting slash by his earliest game appearance, he's even capable of skipping all the way ahead to win conditions against Kaguya and Yuhaba, meaning Vergil puts almost all of Battle Shonen in a chokehold on day one. Also, for further clarity on why Dante or Vergil would exceed the capability of Yuhaba's Almighty, Dante was able to defeat a demon lord known as the Beast Heads that was able to see all past, present, and possible futures all at once after Devil May Cry. The very nature of the Sons of Sparta being able to exist outside of time and space, battling beings like Argosax, proves even if the Bleach universe was reset entirely by Soul King Yuhaba, neither of them would be affected. Albeit, they'd probably put up a decent fight, as not only is Vergil able to surpass Bleach's cosmology and power, his agility and reaction time should be comparable to, if not even faster than the speed demon Ichigo Kurosaki. Vergil and Dante's very first battle moves at such a pace, the raindrops surrounding them appear frozen in time, hinting at Dante and Vergil already reaching the combat speed of light before Quicksilver even comes into play. And on top of this, at their peak in Devil May Cry 5, Vergil can still unsheath and resheath Yamato faster than Dante can perceive. And with the Sons of Sparta both becoming massively faster than light at this point, if not outright immeasurable, on the basis of Vergil's ability to instantly cross dimensional gaps and also project after images that can even act independently, the Yamato also allows Vergil to conjure multiple ethereal blades that can be summoned to his person, or generally anywhere in the vicinity that's in Vergil's sight. They can appear in front of or around Vergil for both offensive and defensive purposes, as well as act as long-range projectiles that can be fired at opponents or outright surround them from every direction to trap them in attacks. The legendary Demon Sword can also instantly teleport to Vergil's grasp while in possession, making him a threat in both close, middle, and long-range types of combat. This would
No kidding.
even make it severely tough for an anime protagonist like Saitama from One Punch Man to effectively land attacks on Vergil, as even if you consider them faster, Vergil can dodge, block, and counter from every angle with no blind spots. To be fair, we have never seen the full power of Saitama in One Punch Man, but if Awakened Garo was the first opponent to bring out some level of seriousness from the hero, Vergil would no doubt be the second. With Garo and Saitama's punches being enough to obliterate whole sections of space by erasing entire constellations of stars, and Saitama's sneezes being enough to reduce Jupiter to its rocky core, just like Son Goku, these characters do bring out the best of each individual Son of Sparta. Unfortunately though, while Goku and Dante would be going at it purely for the fun of it, Vergil would plan to eviscerate the entire multiverse as we know it, and Saitama would be forced to do everything he could to stop him. And while it's not out of pocket to suggest Saitama at full power could face a multiversal threat, especially if we consider Garo's senses were able to expand across the entire universe and understand all types of energy within it, also taking into account Awakened Garo's ability to open wormholes and travel to different timelines by manipulating various degrees of particles, I think we need to stop acting like these two Sons of Sparta are really only multiverse because of video game glaze or aura agendas. It isn't enough to say that Vergil in his peak was capable of fusing the human and demon dimensions together into a whole new universe, or that as Urizen, his presence was making both realms shake before even consuming the Clypoth Fruit of Power or remerging with his human half, both of which only resulted in more amplifications of Vergil's already insane magnitude of strength. Let alone, Vergil can still boost all of his stats higher than this on a very large scale with his Devil Trigger, and then buff him all over again on top of that with Sin Devil Trigger, the extremely devastating final form of the Sons of Sparta. And it's not like they lack in any kind of combat category either. Battle intelligence is both of the brothers' strong suits, as neither of them have known any other life but demon hunting since the age of 8. And even though the Dark Slayer Vergil chooses to devote himself to the blade out of honor and pride, the truth is he is just as flexible and dynamic when it comes to fighting styles as his brother Dante, proven when he defeats the Gatekeeper Beowulf effortlessly, a demon that Dante required a whole boss fight to only injure, and instantly converts the demon into a devil arm, something previously only thought to be capable of by Dante. While wielding the demon Beowulf as a weapon, Vergil unveils a devastating, yet also rhythmic and acrobatic hand-to-hand art, full of crushing axe kicks, quick and critical punches, all combined into quick combos and hard-to-read movements, easily able to pick up new concepts or techniques with intuitive thinking and a surprisingly open mind, all the while maintaining that aura of pure dominance and showing off fierce displays of strength. His versatility is also shown when Vergil dual wields Yamato with his father's sealed sword, the Force Edge, or his self-created substitute in later games, the Mirage Edge. A mere husk of the Sword of Sparta's true power, it does, however, hold a large portion of it still, allowing Vergil to swap between Yamato and Force Edge mid-combat without breaking momentum, or use them together efficiently to cover more ground and attack more ferociously in close quarters.
Sheesh. I hate to fight these guys. I hate to fight either of these guys, honestly. This is getting ridiculous.
And when in Sin Devil Trigger, Vergil can create a doppelganger that mirrors his attacks for double damage or acts on its own to set up impossible to dodge combos. So if it wasn't already hard enough to deal with one of Vergil, give him enough of a challenge and you might end up fighting two of him, which should just be more than enough to convince you that Vergil, just like Dante, is more than capable of taking on some of these anime greats. And with how crazy some of these series get, it really does depend on how high you scale characters like Saitama or even Goku, who by the time Dragon Ball Super is rolling around has reached mastered Ultra Instinct and probably could be wanked to multiversal as well. Because all of the characters at this level are just insane, I really wouldn't blame you if you thought either character won. However, it's important to note that by the end of Devil May Cry 5, after the Yamato fused with his son Nero's spirit, the legendary Devil Sword can also be transformed now into Nero's Devilbringer, a disembodied arm of demonic power that can harness and absorb magical energy from power sources, even other demons or people themselves, potentially crafting a way for Vergil to assimilate and steal techniques from other animes or people that are equal to him, growing his strength even more powerful than his video game version. Because the truth is about Vergil's character, no matter how honorable he thinks he is, his willingness to blindside his own son, Nero, while in a weakened state proves that when it really truly comes down to it, survival matters much more to Vergil than pride. In any of these fights,
Oh, Vegeta would have some words for him.
Vergil is going to do anything he has to continue breathing. Which is why, just like his brother, maybe even more so, Vergil for sure ruins every anime. At least like 95 to 99% of them. Because despite these close matchups with Goku and Saitama, a lot of you guys brought up amazing points last video and proved when it comes to outright existential or conceptual anomalies that supersede any and every possible universe, speaking primarily about anime like Gurren Lagann or Madoka Magica, it's just way too ridiculous to make an argument and represent the exact 1 to 5% of anime I'd be talking about. You do also have like your light novel isekai power fantasies, such as that one time I got reincarnated as a slime, weird conceptual techniques like Giorno Giovanna's Gold Experience Requiem or Toru's Wonder of You from JoJo's Bizarre Adventure also present a problem for the brothers, more because it's unclear which anomaly would take priority. Does Return to Zero trap the Sons of Sparta in an infinite death loop, or would Yamato simply allow Vergil to dimensional slash his way out? And if that's the case, if Vergil comes back to finish the fight, does he just end up trapped in Return to Zero again? Or the endless calamity of Wonder of You? Is the misfortune of pursuing the head doctor enough to actually cause death upon these essentially immortal demons? Way too many questions to consider, and my brain hurts.
Way too many questions to consider. My brain hurts. Every time we power scale across multiverses, that's what in our brains go. Give us a break. We demand endorphins, serotonin. Blech. Oh man, I tell you, when you have to get down, and if you try and put numbers to these guys, like with power levels or like the cultivation levels and like Murim novels, like if you try and scale these guys using those concepts, your mathematics is going to be doing backflips, corkscrew twists, loop-de-loops, everything to make the numbers work. Yeah, at this point it's just like, let's compare powers. That should be enough. Looks like an entire encyclopedia of how powers are scaled. I give up that plan. Yeah, so it really depends. What do you guys think? Do you think Vergil technically ruins at least 95% of anime, or is it more like maybe 80% of them? After all, Dante ruins about 90% minimum. So let's see what happens if we're talking about Vergil. Leave the comments down below what you guys think. And please like, comment, subscribe, and we can keep on reaching more people with this kind of fun content to enjoy. You guys take care. I'll see you in the next video. Bye!